throws. It's the Giants and the Niners on Thursday night primetime.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Pacheco. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Well, this defense for the Giants, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. A good head-down running on the return, gets about 15 yards. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" cornerback.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here we go on fourth down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Giants at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Richardson looking to throw. He's got it. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday?
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequal.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeaux. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. 49ers, nothing. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Rodgers now on third and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
And it'll bring up a second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up.
19 Lions. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Now Richardson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Let's go now.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Rodgers now to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Giants' 7-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short pass.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Josh Whyle, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Here's Richardson to throw. A short throw to Musgrave. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Flushed out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Wandale Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Richardson to throw off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Berrios. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planning for this job, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Short throw to Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way. Break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
And he is going to have the 49ers first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on third and a yard. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown 49ers! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge. Because
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. To the end zone. Pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. McLaughlin for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a first and 10. Richardson to throw again after the pick six. A short throw to Musgrave, and he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Richardson.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell.
Holding. Offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now it's Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now Rodgers. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball, because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Rodgers. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Giants will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one, because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Richardson working from the gun. He's got the rookie from Tennessee, Jalen Hyatt.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Here now, 2nd and 4. And Richardson looks to throw once more.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had that rolled down before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 20!
He will have the 1st down and a bit more.
Touchdown, Giants!
Jalen Hyatt as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Niners ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Give them 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. Coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
And they'll run again. And this time, he'll score. Touchdown, Giants. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is brought in at the 21. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good 3rd quarter. He likes whatever adjustments were made at halftime, whether those were team adjustments or just him talking to himself.
And whatever that conversation was, it was pretty good because he is running really well here in the 3rd quarter. But I like to think it is a team adjustment. Offensive line, those big escorts of his, they figured out how to block a little bit better. And he's found those holes to run through.
He has indeed.
Play action. Now Richardson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
3rd down at 13. Richardson out of the shotgun.
And this one is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense is marched up in... this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
And they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now Rodgers. And the
gets home as down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. Take it at the 37. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's looking sharp here so far in the 3rd quarter, Charles.
It appears that the halftime gave him a little bounce. Came out, springing his legs, a little pep in his step, and he's taking off and running really well in the 3rd quarter.
Sometimes we talk about how guys don't want halftime to come, but some guys are happy when that break gets there.
You never know which way it's going to go. He's taking advantage of it in this one, though.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And this one's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They go play action with Richardson. That is caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Richardson off the play fake. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Tiger.
Now Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Anthony Richardson punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Niners set to take over on offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Jump out!
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, You definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
On third down, it's Pacheco.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Richardson. Touchdown! Chris Olave.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Giants are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Into space at the 45.
And finally down at the 32-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
At the 32-yard line.
Look again.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So still 14 yards to go, second down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Off play action, Richardson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Intended for Luke Musgrave. Incomplete. It's third.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Richardson to throw off play action. He lets it go deep for Olave. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Going for it on fourth. Here's Richardson. He connects with Hyatt. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's going to go down again. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Breaks through the contact, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try and run for it. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
The Giant offense is going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
65 cat, 65 cat.
Richardson will throw for it. He's got it at the 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line. Stay right where it is. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem